Hi, I'm Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group. And I want to welcome you to this advanced strategic briefing designed specifically for HR directors, talent acquisition leaders, and chief executive officers who recruit at the highest levels of global business. Today, we must address an invisible but impenetrable barrier that routinely neutralizes the effectiveness of your most expensive international hires in the Norwegian market. We call this the networking paradox. When you recruit a highly accomplished C-suite executive or a senior partner from a major global hub like London, New York, or Frankfurt, you are paying a massive premium for their leadership, their strategic vision, and their ability to drive change. You give them a prestigious title, a corner office in Aker Brygge or Forus, and a mandate to transform your organization. On paper, they possess absolutely authority. Yet, fast forward 12 to 18 months, and we consistently see these brilliant global leaders completely paralyzed, complaining that they cannot get anything done, that their initiatives are stalling, and that they lack genuine influence. I'm here to tell you that in the Norwegian corporate ecosystem, bestowing a title does not bestow power. You have inadvertently placed your superstar executive into a system where the formal organizational chart is frequently an illusion, and the real power is held within deeply entrenched informal social networks that are virtually closed to outsiders. To understand this paradox, we have to look at how influence and trust, or Norwegian tillit, are manufactured in Norway. In Anglo-American corporate cultures, authority is largely positional. If you are the vice president, your directives are followed because of your rank. Furthermore, networking is treated as an aggressive transactional sport. You build influence through power lunches, aggressive LinkedIn outreach, and visible self-promotion. In Norway, this approach is not just ineffective, it is actively repellent. Norwegian business is built on a foundation of extreme egalitarianism and a small-town societal structure. The Norwegian business elite is incredibly concentrated. Many of the key decision makers across various industries have known each other since their early 20s. They attended the Norwegian School of Economics, NHH, or the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, NTNU, together. They participated in the same fadderuke, Freshers' Week. They served in the military together, and they spent their weekends at neighboring cabins. This creates what we call the Alumni Wall. For a newly arrived foreign executive, breaking through this wall is the hardest task of the assignment. The paradox is that Norway is consistently ranked as one of the most transparent and easily governed countries in the world. Yet, its informal power structures are notoriously opaque. The most critical corporate decisions in Norway rarely happen in the formal boardroom. Because of the deep cultural requirement for what we call forankring, or consensus building, The actual decision is negotiated long before the official meeting begins. This alignment happens on the ski tracks in Nordmarka during informal chats by the office coffee machine or over a casual weekend text message between old university friends. The foreign executive is invited to the formal board meeting, but by the time they sit down at the table, the outcome has already been decided by the informal network. The expat is left feeling like a highly paid figurehead managing the administrative machinery, but completely locked out of the strategic shadow boardroom. When the isolated executives attempt to fix this by utilizing the aggressive self-promotional networking tactics that made them successful in New York or London, they trigger the law of Jante, or what in Norwegian called Janteloven. Their attempts to project authority are viewed by the local Norwegian network as arrogant or improperly boastful. This drives the informal networks further underground, cutting the executive off entirely. This isolation leads to a severe drop in executive confidence, a breakdown in team morale, and ultimately a mutual decision to part ways before the contract is up. The company loses millions in executive search fees and suffers massive strategic delays. At NLS Norway Relocation Group, we help corporate boards and HR leaders dismantle the networking paradox through strategic network integration. You cannot simply drop an international leader into a Norway office and expect them to organically penetrate these decades-old social structures. We advise companies to implement a formal cultural sponsorship program. This involves pairing the incoming executive with highly respected, well-connected local senior leader whose primary mandate is to act as a social broker, bringing the expat into the informal forankring consensus conversations and translating the unwritten codes of Norwegian influence. Furthermore, we coach the incoming executive on the subtle art of Norwegian networking, trading the power lunch for the humble coffee chat, demonstrating vulnerability to build tillit or trust, and understanding that in Norway, patience and consensus yield far more power than positional authority. If you want your multi-million kroner global leaders to actually lead, you must engineer their access to the informal power structures of your company and the wider Norwegian market. Please visit our website at nlsnorwayrelocation.no, nlsnorwayrelocation.no, to learn how our advanced executive coaching and corporate solutions can protect your top-tier talent investments and ensure your international leaders achieve true lasting influence in Norway. We look forward to partnering with you.